Rachael McCarthy, welcome to the 180 Cadence podcast. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
You're my first triathlete that I've interviewed, so not technically a trail runner or a road runner. So it'll be a little different to hear some of the answers, how you've been training for the race and some of your expectations. So first of all, what sort of sports did you do as a kid?
Did a few different team sports, pretty non-competitively, just did netball, that sort of thing. And then kind of at the end of primary school, I got more into swimming and running, just for the athletics carnival and cross country and swimming carnival. And then, yeah, I guess I started doing triathlons decently young, around 13, I think I was, and just did sort of local club races, Central Coast Track Club, uh, once a month at Summerland Point. So it was fun. Whole family came along, and yeah, pretty short, but yeah, enjoyed that all through high school.
Okay. It was a bit remiss of me to say that you were the winner of Western Sydney half Ironman champion last year. So congratulations on that.
Thank
So
you.
that's a massive achievement. So I guess normally I ask people what's inspired them to become a runner, but you balance 3 different sports. So tell me about your training week.
Yeah, so triathlons, I mean, I guess I love it just because, you're constantly looking for the next thing to improve on. You're just chasing the time, and I kind of love that. There's always something to be looking at with 3 sports. My training week, it feels a bit hectic to me, but I guess there's always more to do. It's usually about 20 hours a week in the lead up to a race, balancing that with work and uni. So eventually that will probably bump up to 30, 35 hours. But at the moment, 20 hours a week's keeping me busy. That's generally 2 sessions a day, every day. And yeah, just swim, bike, and run and gym. Um, Hard sessions, easy sessions, bit of a mix. And yeah, depending on where I'm at, if there's a race coming up or it's just sort of a few months of training in the off season, the sessions will depend on that. And yeah, sort of what the focus is if I'm trying to build my run up or my bike. Yeah, there'll be a
Okay.
block focusing on that.
So most of your training would be on the road versus on a trail. So how are you preparing for the Sum 30? This is, I believe, your first trail run.
Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of experience trail running, but I love to get out there on the trails. Compared to the road, it's easier on the body. I find just the softer surface to run on, and yeah, I just enjoy it, kind of being away from people. It's a lot quieter. I know some people aren't into that. They'd rather pump the music and just be a bit chaotic, surrounded by people. But I really enjoy the quiet of trail running.
Is there any specific training you've been doing differently for the preparation for this race?
Yeah, changing a couple sessions during the week. The harder run sessions to be on grass and a bit not so, I guess, not technical for you guys, but more technical for me. Kind of cross country running and just park runs are easy for me to get to and feel a bit more, off road. And just yeah, Saturday mornings we'll do a bit of a run club with our track group, and it's been kind of a bit of a mix of places, but we'll do more hill reps or off road kind of little loops, 1K, 2K loops. Yeah, more quick, faster sort of sessions, but yeah, off the road.
Well, last year the Sum 30 was won by Melissa, a female triathlete. What's your expectation in the race?
Yeah, that's pretty inspiring. I love to see her get out there and beat the boys. I don't know if I'll be aiming quite that high. I just want to enjoy myself for my first trail race and just see what I can do. I'll try and pace it as best I can, but I usually go out and blow off. That surely seems to be the case. Um, yeah, I probably need to have good research of the elevation and where I can push a bit harder. But hopefully some of the hill reps that I've been doing in training will help with that. But yeah, honestly, just going out there to have fun and see what I can do.
Well, there's a bit of everything in the trail. There's a bit of fire trail, a bit of stairs, a bit of single trail. One thing when you're running on the road, you're probably just focusing straight ahead. In the trail, you find you're going to be looking up and down. Do you have an idea what shoes you're going to wear in your first trail run?
No, undecided yet. Yeah, I was getting some advice today. But probably, yeah, something that's gonna keep my ankles safe. But yeah, no, haven't decided yet.
Okay. When you're out there racing, do you run to feel or do you run to your heart rate? Is there something that
Yeah, a bit of both. I mean, there's so much data that you can use. So I'm always tracking it with my watch on my bike computer. Heart rate's great. I love using that, and I'll use that kind of to taper down my effort if I'm really pushing. Heart rate's kind of stuck skyrocketing. I know like I need to just chill a bit, especially in races. It's great to use. I prefer that. And yeah, running to feel very important. I think it's you got to be in tune with your body in training and racing. I've found recently not looking at my watch or my bike computer has been the best thing for me, and just being solely focused on the race and the people I'm racing, and not worrying about the data. You can look at that after. Just be in the moment.
Sure. One thing when you're on a trail, you're going to have to overtake people. So, are you a better leader or someone who likes chasing people down?
I do love a chase. Generally in a triathlon, I'll kind of make up a lot of time on the bike and then be chased down on the run. So I'm working on that to kind of continue the chase on the run. Yeah, in this race, I'll probably start a bit more conservatively and work my way through it. Hopefully, catch some people because that always feels better than being caught.
Okay. When you coming up to somebody to overtake them, what you've got to say? On your right.
Oh, on your right.
On your right. On your right. That probably doesn't happen on the road that often because
No,
you've got
just
plenty of space
go
to
around.
zoom around them. But yeah, on your right, whenever it's free. Yeah. Do you have in your triathlon running experience, is there any funny stories that you can share?
Um, Nothing crazy funny. Yeah, I mean, the swim's always a bit chaotic in the water, and can be a bit dark early morning start. So sometimes you see some bit of movement in the murky water, and don't know if it's a shark or what. Yeah, I mean, I've swum with dolphins and that sort of thing is always really cool. But yeah, nothing too scary or like too funny that's happened to me so far.
How about when you're in the race and it's getting really difficult or in training session, do you have a why that pushes you through?
Yeah, I guess you've got one life. You want to do the best you can with the time you've got, and I just want to reach my potential. Really, like I just want to see what I can get at and just commit fully to triathlons and running and see where I can get to. Otherwise, I'll for sure regret it when I'm older.
Do you have a sporting hero?
Um, I wouldn't say there's one in particular, but I do look up to a lot of the professional triathletes that are racing right now. There's so many like podcasts and YouTube videos you can watch and get heaps of information from. It's yeah, great to see the races and how they've gone in them, and yeah, a lot of I don't I don't know if you guys are gonna know anybody that I name in the professional triathlon world, but yeah, it'd probably be those guys at the top of the
Okay.
sport.
Do you have a coach?
Yeah, Sam Douglas from STG, Sydney Tri Group, is my coach. So I started with him, I think 2 years ago now, when I moved to Sydney. And yeah, honestly, I've improved so much since getting a coach. It's really helped. Like it takes the pressure off yourself, questioning if you're doing the right thing. And, he's super knowledgeable and gives really good guidance. So get a coach.
Okay.
Works.
How about sponsors? Do you have any sponsors that like gel sponsors or
Yeah, I work with Training House, who are a nutrition provider online store. So I get all my gels, carb drink mix, get protein powder. They've been great with sponsorship and yeah, really keeping me fueled.
okay. You're still very young, but if you could go back a few years, is there any advice you'd give the young Rachel on a sporting career?
Yeah, I'd say enjoy the process. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. I'm still trying to learn that now. It's a long journey in endurance sport, and I want to be doing this my whole life. So I think I know you're racing, but it's not a race to get to where you want to be. Take the time that you need and enjoy it.
And how about when you're training? Do you have a playlist you listen to, like when you're riding the bike or running on the road?
Gotta be safe. No music when you're on the bike. No, honestly, I don't listen to a whole lot of music when I train just because you don't get to race with music. So usually just the sound of my breathing
Okay.
when I'm running.
Well, that's good in for the trail runs. We don't
Yeah.
really like people wearing headphones because when you're trying to pass.
Oh
or
yeah, you got to be
whatever.
aware of your surroundings.
And you
sure.
want the surroundings, that's right. Is there an overseas race that you aspire to do, whether it's a triathlon or a trail race?
Yeah. So far I've only raced kind of domestically in Australia and New Zealand. So I definitely want to in the next few years start racing overseas. Um, it's probably like 70.3 world champs, wherever that ends up being, it changes each year. For yeah, in the kind of near future. And then, a few years down the track, I'd like to step up to the full distance Ironman. And yeah, I've had some mates that have just raced at Roth in Germany, and that looks like a really incredible race. So that's definitely on the bucket list.
Okay. And what future races have you locked in after the Sum 30?
In a couple months, I've got the Sunshine Coast 70.3, so that should be a good race. Yeah, I haven't done that one before, but it'll be nice to go up to Queensland. It'll be a beautiful spot to race at. So I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll be fit and ready by then.
Okay. One of the races that 180 Cadence put on is Backyard Ultras. Now, there's a world record recently, and a lot of the people we interview enter the Backyard Ultras. Is that something that you'd look at doing in the future?
Yeah, I've kind of seen the videos on that and like looked at the people racing that it looks incredible. I would love to do it at some point. Yeah, it just looks like such a tough mental battle. It's just you versus you. Just see how far you can go, and like going through the night though, that I don't know, I think I need to practice that a bit. It's something different for sure.
Through one night, then a second night, and then a third night. I just don't know how they do it. When you're out there running, riding, training, is there a finish line treat, like a food or a drink where you go, "Oh, I'm hanging out for that at the end"?
Post race, immediately, like I'm usually feeling pretty sick, but yeah, after that, usually a burger does the job.
Burger, nice.
After training, like I'm just trying to be good, have a protein shake, and dinner usually. Yeah, burger I'd say is the number one thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. One last question. Now, typically it's a runner question, but Strava, I guess Strava is for cyclists and runners. Would you prefer to own the local legend or own the crown?
Crown.
The crown.
Yeah, you want to be the quickest.
Good. Well, thanks, Rachel, for joining me today. Wish you all the best of luck in the Sum 30 that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Look forward to seeing you on the start line, and hopefully you're on the podium.
Thank you. Appreciate it.